Hi, welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. I didn't really film a lot for the end of the year last year. I don't know why. I do know why, actually. I don't know why I said that. So I was doing all right from about September, then October came. I started to get a bit, I don't want to say depressed because I've been had depression for many years now, and I wouldn't say that I was depressed. I didn't feel depressed in myself, but I noticed that I started losing interest in all of my hobbies. Not really doing. It felt like I had no time. I was getting literally nothing done. Um, and I don't exactly know why. But that happened. That carried on. I couldn't pull myself out of it. I felt like I was in a rut for a long time. So I took myself off to Manchester. Had a nice time. Didn't really help. And then when I got home, I ended up with this really bad chest infection that went on for about 3 weeks. It took me ages to shake it. And then I went to a Daddy Freya concert. This is a Daddy Freya top. Um, and then I was in Brussels, which is actually where I'm filming this. I don't know why I'm filming it while I'm in Brussels, but for some reason I am. Um, so yeah, the end of the year, it simultaneously was quite slow, but went quite quick, I thought, for some reason. Um, but that's just the way it went. I don't know. This year, 2023, has been a very big year for me. I got to do a lot of traveling this year. I don't even know how many countries I've visited this year. Um, and I've really progressed my writing career. Ooh, really progressed my writing career. I've been published multiple times now. I'm really proud of myself. I feel like I've done like a lot this year. And I'm trying to put some plans in place for 2024. So this is my plans. This will be a video of my plans for next year. So, sorry, this is really rambly. I don't know why. I'm really rambly today. So, the first thing that I really want to do is I really want to focus sort of on not pressuring myself as much next year. I feel like when I started querying, I wasn't not querying, well, querying, yes, but also submitting to Litmags. I wasn't really expecting to go anywhere. So when I started to get like acceptances and start to interact with more people, it felt like I had to keep going and I had to sort of build up credits and my bibliography and keep going and try. And I got really like ultra obsessed with it. And I'm wondering if that's why I spiraled a bit. So I want to put less pressure on myself. I want to start to enjoy my hobbies and stuff again. I started learning Dutch again, but the same thing happened. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to still have to work around my job. I still work in the cinema. I love the cinema, but I think I'm going to have to spend like a day of my week off, of my time off. I'm going to have to spend like plan it properly so I've got like a day where I'm working on writing and then days where I'm not doing that stuff, because I think I wasn't really giving myself much of a chance to sort of stop and have a mental break. And I don't really want to end up in a depressive spell, and I also don't want to end up in another massive chronic illness spell again, because that really awful flare up I had went on for about 2 months, and I do not want that again. It really massively affected me. So, my main goal for next year is not to put as much pressure on myself and to enjoy my hobbies and give myself a bit of breathing room. Also, go back to learning Dutch because I really enjoy learning Dutch, but I was using Duolingo and it's not great. And I also was getting weirdly obsessed with the leaderboard thing. I need to figure out a better way of trying to learn Dutch. If you've got any ideas or any suggestions on how to learn another language, please tell me, because I would love. I've always really wanted to be a polyglot and I'm not, and I'm really trying to work on it, and any tips would be appreciated. So I'm obviously going into the new year. I have a lot of writing goals, and so all of my goals now are writing goals. And considering what I've just said about giving myself a break and not panicking and giving myself some time. It's going to sound like a lot, but so my first one is continuing to query the novel and submitting to Lit Mags. I've really not done a lot with my novel. I queried about 10 people and I've got some rejections, and I really need to carry on with it. I need to take it seriously. I need to carry on. And I really enjoy submitting to Lit Mags, and I really enjoy writing for them. So I'm going to carry on with that because I'm really enjoying it. I just need to set myself some more boundaries, I think. I want to do draft two. I want to finish draft two of The Dolphin and the Deity, which is the second one. It's a prequel to Europe Start Killing Now. And I don't know if I've spoken about it on the channel before, but basically it's set in the 1600s. It's set in Venice, Versailles, Atlantis. It's action adventure with vampires. I really enjoy writing it. I really wanted to get a second draft done this year. It just didn't happen. So that's what I'm going to try next time. I'm also working on this medieval fantasy duology. I have been for a couple of years now. I haven't really been working on it for a while, but I want to get back to that. And I started with doing a Fire and Blood-esque history, and it's really sort of helped center the world building for me. But I want to finish that completely to move on to the duology. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be a full length novel. I reckon it'll get to maybe 40,000 words. So hopefully I can finish that. I think it only really needs another draft or something, because it's not necessarily like something that I would release. I think it's one of those things that if when I eventually finish the duology, it would be like a companion novel, a bit like Fire and Blood is to the Game of Thrones series. So it doesn't matter as much, but I just want to get that finished. I reckon I can get that finished quite easily. I think that's going to be my next sort of project. So yeah, looking forward to doing that. I also want to work on a few like smaller novella or novelette projects. I find that I tend to underwrite rather than overwrite, and my projects aren't very long compared to some people. I see people writing like 180,000 word fantasy novels, and I would love to be that person, but I am not that person. I've just got to under 70,000 with Europe Start Killing Now, and that's a big achievement for me. So I really think I should just lean into it. I write shorter stories. That's cool. That's fine. Um, I know I prefer reading them sometimes, so I do want to work on that. The story that I was writing for NaNoWriMo, which didn't get finished, I want to rework that and start it again because I've got ideas. I think it could be good. And my last goal, and it's the only one that I have pretty much for definite in my head, even though I haven't worked out how to do it yet, is I've been collating a horror anthology of everything that I've written this year, which is horror based. And I want to release it as an anthology. I don't know what platform I'm going to do yet. I'm looking at Itch.io because I've heard very good things about that. I know a lot of people still use Amazon. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I know that I really want to release this horror anthology for Halloween. And I kind of want to learn how to do an audiobook. I'd like to do an audiobook with it as well. But I'm not entirely sure if I'll manage that. But I definitely want to release the horror anthology. And considering it's not the longest anthology in the world, it would be a few pounds. But it would be really exciting to do that. That's the one thing I really wanted to get done this year. So thank you for watching from Brussels. I don't know why I decided to film it this way, but I did. So part of it is that I've got a new laptop recently and I haven't got an adapter for the SD card yet. So I'm winning it. I'm kind of hoping to get one for Christmas, or I get some money so I can get one because it would be so much easier. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any tips for anything I've spoken about, like how to self-publish this horror anthology, like any platforms you would recommend or you've heard good things about or you've used as a consumer and really like, that would really be appreciated. Any tips on learning languages, would really be appreciated, because I do this every so often. I try and learn Dutch and then I can't pick it up very well and I get very sad about it. So please just let me know any ideas, any comments, uh, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.